Hey, is your teenager working too hard to do homework? Well, let's talk about that today on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families live happier lives. I lead two organizations, Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I jump on a Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions, and let's jump into today's. My daughter is literally losing sleep and obsessing over homework. I don't know what to do about it. She has to turn in her assignments on Schoology, and the deadline is at midnight on Sundays. Even though she's finished the assignment, she stays up late making revision after revision until it's time to turn it in. She's exhausted and overworked now. I've been trying to convince her that it doesn't have to be perfect, that what she's turning in the first time is good enough, but I'm not getting through. Any ideas on how I can convince her? Thank you for your question. One of the things I think is really important to acknowledge is the benefit is your daughter has access to a very strong work ethic and a desire to do well, which is fantastic. Right now, it seems like it's out of balance. She's working so hard that she's exhausting herself, which is probably making her not do as well. And the first thing I'd want to do was explore with your daughter is, you sit down on the couch, put your arm around her shoulder, and explore with her what it is about these assignments. What is she trying to accomplish? What is it the need she's trying to fill? Is she kind of valedictorian right now? And if she's at the top, and if she falls down, if she's not valedictorian, has she lost everything? Does she feel like her life is over? Which we know as parents is not the case, because with life experience, it really doesn't matter who was valedictorian. And many of us don't even remember who valedictorian was at our high school. It won't make a big difference in her life. If she wants to do well, she will do well. And I think it's important to focus on that, because I imagine there's probably a lot of external noise about how she has to achieve, she has to get to a good college if she wants to be successful, and so on and so forth. And a lot of that, there's a lot of noise that doesn't really add up to truth. It really doesn't matter what college you go to, generally speaking. It just matters how you do college. Do you get in the right internships? Do you make good connections there? Do you enjoy it? Do you make friends? Whether you go to Stanford or MIT or our local CSUN, which is a really good school, by the way, it really makes no difference. People can be wildly successful and happy not going to Princeton or Stanford or whatnot. But there's this message that we're given to our kids and even to parents that, man, if you don't get it to this level of college, but no one can really define what that college is, then your kid's just never going to be successful. And that's just not true. It really makes very little difference where you go to college. I mean, when you're hiring someone, do you really want to hire them in their 30s based on what they did when they were 15? No, I wouldn't want to base my hiring on that. I want to base on what they're doing now, what they've been doing lately. So I think it's important to help her recognize that balance is important, because if she overworks herself and if she does get in that great college and she continues on that path, she will burn out and she will drop out. And that's my concern. I'd much rather, I say this all the time, I'd much rather have your kid graduate high school with a 2.0 GPA, have a really strong, close, connected relation with you and her environment, than graduate with a 4.5 and a 1600 SAT and feel like she's never good enough. And that's what it feels like right now, is your daughter feels like she's never good enough. No matter what she does, it's just not good enough. And that's a self-esteem issue. And I want to work with her on helping develop that self-esteem. A lot of that is balance. A lot of this, how do you demonstrate balance? Are you creating an environment of balance for your kids to model, to look up to? Are you guys having family time? Are you guys having social time, creative time? Does she have creative outlets and extracurriculars to help her feel balanced in the world and feel connected? Does she have downtime? It's really important. Sleep's really important. So I'd really want to work with her to find that balance. If you feel like she's not listening to you and it's just hitting a dead end, you may want to have her talk to a therapist to go through this, to help her find a more healthy balance for her to find success at whatever she tries to do. Anyways, that's our question for today. Thank you so much. We love your questions. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com, or you can direct message us right here on Facebook. We love your questions. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint from Teen Therapist Center and Child and Teen Counseling, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday at noon for Tips on Teens. Bye-bye.